So, I'm Jonathan Weibel, and, you may have seen my, recent first YouTube video, the, Claymation version of the flammable jelly from Saw 1. Well, that's my new YouTube channel, JW Animations. Yeah. So, the reason I'm shooting this video is because I never got to introduce you to my channel before I released the flammable jelly Claymation. Yeah. And today I'm gonna show you how I make these Claymation videos. So I use a digital camera, and I make the sets out of cardboard as well as the props, and I make the characters out of clay, of course, with armature wire inside of them to give them support when they stand. Yeah. And I also do computer work during these filmmakings. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how I make my films on the computer. Okay, so here's how I do my Claymation stuff on the computer. So what I use is Adobe Systems. What I mostly use is Adobe Premiere Pro, where I do the video editing. Yeah, here's a little sample of the flammable jelly, which I just finished. So there it is, the flammable jelly Claymation version. Pretty cool, huh? So for the raster graphics, the lighting, I use Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom. And for the effects like blood and stuff, I use Adobe After Effects. And for the audio, Adobe Audition. And I sometimes use Adobe Bridge to manage all my files and to convert them into the type of file codec I want. I use Adobe Media Encoder. And I sometimes use Adobe SpeedGrade, but I don't use it that much, partly due to the fact that Premiere Pro no longer supports shortcuts to SpeedGrade. And for the credits, I use Microsoft PowerPoint. That's for the credits which you just saw in the flammable jelly video on. I made that with PowerPoint. Yeah. And to store my files, I use File Explorer. And yeah. And here they are right here. Yeah, all my pictures and stuff. And all of my photos that I took on, yeah, the Creative Cloud files. Adobe Creative Cloud is what I'm a part of. Here it is, the platform. And all my files are on the cloud in the library on Adobe Creative Cloud website, which I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. So you may think that the hard part is making these Claymations with the digital camera, but the really hard part is making them on Premiere Pro, because I have to look at every frame of the real clippage to make it the exact time that goes on. But I do the same thing when I make them on my digital camera, because on that I have to look at every frame as well. Okay, so that's how I do my computer work. Now I'm going to tell you about how I import all my photos from my digital camera. Okay, so here's how I make all of my photos I take into files on the computer. So I import them onto this computer right here. Insert the digital camera into that USB port, and then after they're done importing, they're present on Windows Photo Gallery. Here they are, my photos for Flammable Jelly. And then after that, I put them in File Explorer, and which I also have on my laptop. And then I select the photos I want, and they're all installed on Adobe Creative Cloud, which I'm a part of. And here they are, my photos, on the cloud, the Adobe server, which means I can use them on any computer that I use, anywhere. And if one of my computers has to get fixed or gets a virus, then all my photos are backed up in the server at Adobe. Okay, so that's how I turn all of my photos that I take for my videos into files that are on Adobe Creative Cloud and File Explorer. So that's it for today's video. That's how I make all of my claymations of the traps from the Saw franchise. Yeah. I started doing these clay animations several months ago, in late December of 2016. Yeah. Before that time, it took me months to find ways to animate, and I failed at most of those ideas, until I found Claymation. And I've been doing it since then, ever since. Yeah. At that time, I was just a starter. I didn't really know how to do that stuff. But then I started learning more. Yeah. And now I'm sort of becoming a pro at it. Yeah. And maybe later on, I might become so much of a pro that I could make a clay animation version of the Steam Maze from Saw 6. Yeah. That would be a very hard challenge, yeah. With all the cages and tunnels and all that shit. Yeah. It would be a big challenge for me. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I have for today's video. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, like I always conclude my videos with. Yeah. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.